Jason and Pia, and we are going to share some information with you about natural diet, nutrition, hormone balancing, and just effective ways to work with ADD and ADHD. And one important concept would be we need to redefine what it means to feel healthy, and health, both mentally and physically, are both interconnected, and so we need to look at that. Too often now, it seems doctors are prescribing Ritalin instead of looking at the whole picture as far as lifestyle, diet, biochemical makeup, and just their environment. And when you look at that whole picture, it may give a clue as to what is happening and why there is an imbalance, and why there's these emotional issues happening with kids. And so instead of giving them drugs or medications to temporarily fix the problem, why not get to the root of it? No one has ever been Ritalin deficient or medication deficient, so why not get to that root cause of it? And that, I think, is an important point. So instead of just fixing it temporarily, why not really balance out what's actually happening in the system? And so we can talk a little bit about diet, nutrition, and maybe you want to start there.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, diet and nutrition has had a huge impact on my own life, just from personal experience. I remember about 6 years ago when I first started this job in an office in Chicago. I had to stare at a computer screen for about 6-7 hours straight, and I remember for the first few months I was getting up once every 30 minutes because I was not able at that time to focus my mind on this one object, the computer screen with the numbers changing on it for 6 hours straight. And I knew that wasn't an optimal state to be in. I knew that I had that focus within myself to do that. And to make a long story short, I took my first yoga class in Chicago. And after taking yoga class consistently, pretty much every day, at least 4 days a week, I would say within the first week, if not the first few days, I noticed a stabilization, a calming, a focusing, a clarifying effect that these yoga postures in this yoga class had on my consciousness. So, the attention deficit disorder, no one really, just like Pia said, no one is Ritalin deficient, no one's attention deficient either. It's just the foundation needs to be altered in the most natural, holistic way possible. Yoga is one method that I think we might address later, but I just wanted to introduce what I'm about to talk about with my own personal story of relieving myself of a lack of focus through just a very, very natural way. Now, yoga's been a huge breakthrough in my life. Another equally as huge, amazing breakthrough in my life has been transforming my diet from a meat-based, including fruits and vegetables diet, to less red meat, less chicken, and some fish, to a vegetarian diet, and now to a 100% living foods, energy foods, which is a raw food vegan diet.
Super love diet.
Including a lot of love, absolutely, in every moment. And what a raw food diet is, aka an energy food diet, is we eat a plant-based, fruit-based diet where the foods are not cooked or heated above about 105 degrees. And when you eat food, plants and fruits, that are basically sun-cooked just by the sun naturally, you receive all of the subtle life force, the energy, the light, and you also receive the actual living enzymes, the minerals, the antioxidants, the protein, the vitamins, the phytonutrients, and all the other nutrients that we don't have names for yet. You receive those. So your body doesn't have to work extra, doesn't have to use, or even one could say waste its own energy on trying to digest the food, trying to assimilate the nutrients that are actually halfway not even there anymore since you're cooking the food above 105 degrees. And this is scientifically shown in laboratories when food is analyzed. So how does this relate to ADD or ADHD? Well, even if you just do a casual Google search, on raw food ADD, you will invariably find people being healed from this quote-unquote condition, which is obviously invented. ADD is not this thing that's existed forever. It's a name that was designed and implemented by a certain group of people. And so with that being said, for practical purposes, you'll find people that have been healed from ADD and ADHD with literally a simple implementation of going on a raw food diet. Because when we do not have the natural minerals in our body, that throws off our whole consciousness. When our body is not abundant with minerals and protein and essential fat